classroom, okay, we will provide you, some notes, okay, some extra questions, and also if let's say you have any question, you can ask through GC or Telegram. Okay, so after that, pelajar akan berbincang dengan ahli kumpulan. Okay, so meaning that from GC, from Google Classroom, actually we have also Google Meet. Okay, so our Google Meet for PAL leader is on Monday, 8:30. Okay, after the discussion re-exam, the PAL leader or the VIP leader will discuss with physics, the physics to you students. Physics buddy, okay, physics buddy, okay. So, pelajar akan berbincang dengan ahli kumpulan. After that, pelajar will menjawab soalan quiz dalam GC, okay. Meaning that for PAL leaders here, we have two tasks. The first one is after attending our tonight Monday class, you need to teach your buddies, okay. So, just now, during Taklimat, Puan Hawani already asked you to find 3 buddies. Okay, find your friends. Okay, and then the second task is you must answer the quiz question from GC. Okay, a very simple quiz. We call it VIP questions. So you have 2 tasks. And also you need to send your discussion, the concept mapping inside the GC. Okay, the concept map or the infographic. Okay, either concept mapping or infographic, discuss with your buddies, and then you must send to GC. Okay, Google Classroom. Okay, so for GC, you must send, number 1 is your concept mapping or infographic. Okay, number 2 is you must answer the quiz. And then number 4, pelajar menonton video penyelesaian soalan. Okay, so this one actually we already meet through Google Meet, so we don't have any video lah. Okay, if let's say you want to view the video, actually video is for quiz. Quiz meaning that there is a solution. Okay, you can view the YouTube video. Okay, so you can see the solution. Okay, and then pensyarah akan menganalisis pencapaian pelajar dalam GC. Okay, so this is our program lah. Okay, so for our whole program, okay, including VIP, buddies, and physics to you. Okay, so meaning that, wait, this one I download first. Okay, so we are under physics, PAL leader or VIP. So this is our program. Okay, this is our program. So penceramah dalam kalangan pensyarah akan mengadakan sesi perjumpaan bersama pelajar VIP. So usually this one is on Monday. Okay, it's on Monday, every Monday, 8:30, okay, PM. Through online, through GM, Google Meet. Okay, and then after the online class, okay, you need to, number 1, you need to prepare mind map infographic dalam Google Classroom. Okay, after discuss with your buddies, okay, you can produce, or you need to produce a mind map or infographic, okay, to teach your buddies, or you can do it together with your buddies. It's up to you. And number 2, you must answer the quiz in Google Classroom. Okay, okay, and when you all need to meet your buddies, okay, it's on week 7, week 9, 11, 13, and 15. Okay, this table later I will send in inside our Telegram. Okay, then after that, the buddies, okay, buddy is not our program. Buddies is your friends. So your friends will meet physics to you student. Okay, so each of the buddies, maybe they need to find 2 or 3 students. Okay, 2 or 3 physics to you students, and then they will meet the buddies and physics to you. They will meet on week 8, week 10, week 12, and so on. Okay, and buddies and physics to you, they need to prepare, or they need to do discussion, or they need to send the buku script to the tutorial lecturer. Okay, that's all for our program. So far, any questions? Ada soalan nak tanya tak? Any question want to ask before I start chapter 1? Okay. If let's say you have any question, you can type inside our chat room. Okay, and then if no questions, we can okay, before I start, have you joined Google Classroom? Sudah join tak? Okay, if you haven't joined, later you can go to Telegram. Okay, join Google Classroom. Okay, I think Puan Hawani already sent the QR code or the link. So you can join Google Classroom. Okay, so we will start our chapter 1. Okay, wait. Chapter 1. Grade exam. Okay, maybe before I start, I give you some summary first. Okay, so I will start share chapter 1. So before I start, maybe we can go through first the summary. Okay, we can go through first the summary. Okay, so for chapter 1, physical quantities and measurements, we have two subtopics. The first one is dimension and physical quantities, and the second part is scalar and vectors. Okay, so I may ask questions during my presentations, and you can answer. You can on your mic to answer, or you can type in our chat room. Okay, okay. So dimension, okay, is defined as a technique or the method which physical quantity can be expressed in terms of combinations of basic quantities. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base quantities. Okay, so number 1, length. So what is the SI unit and what is the dimension? Okay, so I will ask questions. Okay, so number 1, maybe I would like to call Alvin Song. Alvin Song, what is the SI unit and dimension for length? You can type. Okay, what is the SI unit? Alvin? Okay, SI unit is M. Okay, you can on your mic, Alvin. Alvin, you can on your mic. Dimension, okay, is capital L. Okay, dimension is capital L. Okay, next one is Amanda. Okay, what is the SI unit for mass? Amanda? Amanda, okay, SI unit is in kg and dimension. What is the dimension, Amanda? Okay, capital M. Okay, capital M. Correct. Okay, next one, time taken. Okay, time here. Okay, I want to call maybe bear one thing. bear one thing. What is the SI unit for time and dimension? Okay, you can on your mic.
The SI unit is S.
S, second, and dimension is?
Is capital letter T.
Yes, capital T. Okay, next. Okay, next one is the electric current. Okay, electric current. Daniel Kincaid. Daniel Kincaid. Electric current SI unit is? Daniel Kincaid. Daniel Kincaid. Daniel? You can type in our chat room or you can on your mic. Daniel? Daniel Kincaid are not around. Okay, another Daniel. Daniel Leong. Leong Yi Heng. Daniel Leong Yi Heng.
Ampere.
Why is the electric current? Okay, ampere.
And the symbol
yes, and dimension?
I.
Okay, capital I. Okay, correct. Thank you. Okay, next one is the temperature. Okay, temperature, maybe I want to call Farah Shahida. Farah Shahida. What is the SI unit for temperature and dimension, Farah? Farah Shahida?
Yes, madam. Yes,
Farah
madam.
Shahida? Yes.
SI unit
Temperature,
for temperature Kelvin. K.
Yes.
And
dimension?
degree. Theta.
Yes,
Degree.
theta. Okay,
Theta.
Okay, next one is the luminous intensity. Okay, luminous intensity. I want to call Jiaxing Lo. Lo Jiaxing. Luminous intensity unit is Jiaxing Lo or Lo Jiaxing. Not around. Jiaxing Lo or Lo Jiaxing. Not
Hello?
around. Yes. Okay, Jiaxing. What is the SI unit? Cannot hear. What is the SI unit for luminous intensity? Cannot hear my voice. Cannot hear. Okay, maybe call Lim Yufei. Lim Yufei.
Candela.
Okay, Justin already answered. Okay, Chandela. Okay, and what is the dimension? Dimension for luminous intensity. Cannot hear. Justin? Or maybe I call another one. Okay, Lim Yufei. Lim Yufei. Lim Yufei. What is the dimension?
Joe.
Yeah, J. Yeah? Okay. Okay, next one is amount of substance. Okay, amount of substance, low patient. What is the SI unit and dimension? Patient. Low patient. Low patient. Okay. Okay, SI unit for amount of substance is mole and the dimension is capital N. Okay, so usually for PSPM questions, usually they will ask you to find by using the principle of homogeneity. So they will ask you to find or determine whether this equation is homogeneous or not homogeneous. Okay, or same dimension for both sides or not. Okay, so usually they will ask you. Okay, so this is a dimensionless, meaning that if let's say it involves number, okay, there's no dimension, so it's equals to 1. If let's say the equation no unit, also we call it dimensionless, so it's equals to 1. Or if let's say the equation involve angle, we also call it dimensionless, okay, meaning that there's no dimension, so dimension is equals to 1. Okay, so this is part 1, 1.1 dimension of physical quantities. Okay, next one is 1.2. Scalar and vectors. Okay, so this one actually you already learned during Form 4. What is the meaning of scalar quantities? Okay, what is the meaning, Muhammad Ikhwan? What is the meaning of scalar quantities? Apa maksud scalar quantities? Muhammad Ikhwan? Muhammad Ikhwan? Muhammad Ikhwan. So I will call your name. You don't on your GM and then you go to do other things. You jangan buka lepas tu you pergi tak tahu pergi mana. Okay, Muhammad Ikhwan? Ada. Okay, Nur Bakis binti Ahmad. Nur Bakis. What is the difference between scalar and vectors quantity? Nur Bakis?
Scalar quantity with magnitude only.
Yes, and then vector
Vector
quantities?
got both magnitude and direction.
Yes, thank you. Okay, magnitude and also direction. Okay, so meaning that we need to consider the direction and also magnitude for vector quantities. So for example, okay, let's say for scalar quantity, this is, we said mass. For vector, it will be weight. Okay, if let's say for scalar quantity, distance, for vector quantity, it will be displacement. Okay, example. Okay, if let's say this is speed, this one will be velocity. Okay, and so on lah. Okay, and so on. Okay, so for our part, resolving vectors. Okay, so for our how to resolve it into x and y component, because this is a vector with 65 Newton. So we need to resolve it into x and also y axis. Okay, so the angle here is 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree. Okay, so if let's say you want to find, okay, y component, meaning that your Fy will equals to, okay, nak tanya, next, 微入七 or 七 字 CHE, I think is 字 微入字 is it 微入字 ZHE 微入字 how to read your name?
Razor.
Razor, okay, Razor, sorry. Razor. Okay, Razor, if let's say I want to resolve it into x and also y component, okay? 65, force here is 65 Newton. So Fy is equals to
65 times 30.
yeah, 65 because it's opposite. The angle is opposite. So it's 65 sine 30 degree. For x component will be 65 because it's adjacent. So it's cos 30 degree. Okay, so similar for case number 2. Okay, angle is 60 degree and force is 35 Newton. Okay, and force is one of the vector quantities. Force is a vector quantities. So if let's say I want to resolve it into Fx and also Fy. Okay, what should we write? Pn for case 2. Fx is equals to Pn.
Yes.
Yes, Pn
is equals to 35 sine fx or cos 60.
is 35 cos 60. Correct or not? Correct or not? 35 cos 60.
Oh,
Only?
negative.
Yes, we must substitute negative. Yes, because it is a vector quantities. Okay, so after resolve, actually we can resolve it into to the left and going upward. So since it's going to the left, meaning that we need to consider the direction. So the negative here actually shows that it is acting to the left. Okay. Okay. Pattern again for y component. Y component is
35 sine 60.
positive or negative?
positive.
Yes, it's positive because it's acting upward. Okay, of course, if you don't want to write positive also, never mind. Okay, positive, I just want to let you know that actually the force for y component is acting upward. Okay, okay, next one is one dimension. Okay, when you want to find the resultant total resultant for for one dimension, of course, is easier. For example, case number 1 is only involve fx. Okay, only involve fx. So for this case, to the right is positive, to the left is negative. Going upward is positive, going downward is negative. Okay, so fx for this case, okay, we should write Shavika, 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 Shavika.
Yes.
Okay, Shavika. Okay, fx is equals to, what should we write for questions number 1? Shavika, we should write 20 plus.
20 minus 30.
Yes, okay, 20. Actually, it's plus negative 30. Okay. Why negative 30? Because it's to the left. Okay. Of course, Shavika just now mentioned 20 minus 30, also correct. Okay. I write positive plus negative 30 because I just want to let you know that negative here because of F2 is moving to the left. Okay. Therefore, we will get negative 10 Newton. Okay. So meaning that resultant at the end, okay, the force acting actually is to the left. Okay, to the left because of the negative. Okay, because of the negative, and the magnitude is 10 Newton. Direction is to the left. Okay, for second case. Okay, of course, this is only involve y component, going upward and going downward. Okay, so for Fy here, I want to call Shino, 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 S-H-I-N-O, Shino. Who is Shino? Shino, if let's say I want to find the resultant for y component, Shino? Shino? Shino not around. Shino? Okay. Shino.
40 minus 25 Newton.
Yes, 40 plus negative 25 because 40 is acting upward. Negative 25 because is acting downward. Okay, of course, you can write 40 minus 25. Okay, so at the end, we will get positive 15 Newton. Okay, so again, here they give you two information. The first information is it is acting upward and the magnitude is 15 Newton. So they give you two information. One is the magnitude, the second is the direction. Okay, this one, no problem. One dimension, x and x, we can plus, y and y, we can plus together. Okay, if the question involves two dimension, okay, if the question involves two dimension, meaning that involve x and y component, we need 5 steps. Okay, we need 5 steps. Remember, always 5 steps. Okay, 5 step, 5 step. So step number 1, okay, we need to resolve it into x component. We need to find x component. Okay, we need to fill in the blank here. X component. Okay, we need to find what is the total x, and step 2, we need to find what is the value for total y. Okay, so this is step 1, step 2. Okay, so since we have 3 forces, so we need to have 3 columns for x, y, x, y, x, y. Okay, for F1, okay, F1 is 10 Newton. This is 10 Newton at the angle of 30 degrees. So F1, can you help me to resolve F1 into x and also y component? One Aldrina Shahira. Okay, can you help me to resolve it into x and also y component?
For x, 10 cos 30.
Yes.
For y,
Yes.
10 sine 30.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Yes, positive, because for x is to the right and going up, not to the right and going upward. Okay, so it's positive, positive. Okay, meaning that both are to the right and going upward. Of course, you don't want to write positive also, never mind. I write positive because I want to show you that I already considered the direction. Okay, next one is F2. Okay, Wawa Yusuf. F2. Okay, F2. Wawa. Okay, just now is F1. So now is F2. Wawa Yusuf. Wawa. Wawa tak ada. Wawa ada tak? Oh, ini lain kali saya kena panggil balik ya. Okay, next, Wang Ziyi. Wang Ziyi. Wang Ziyi.
Yes.
Okay, how me to resolve F2?
Negative 5 and
Yes. For Y component?
0.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Okay, so for F2, F2 only involve X component and is acting to the left. So we must substitute negative 5 Newton, and for Y component, of course, is equals to 0. Okay, next F3. Okay, F3 is going downward. Okay, F3 is going downward. So, 星音归星音. Okay, how me to resolve F3? 归星音.
The AX is 0
Yes.
and the Y is negative.
Negative 20. Correct. Okay, negative 20 because F3 is acting downward. Okay, so step number 1, you must find X component. Step number 2, you must find Y component. We need to find your resultant total. Okay, you must find total. Okay, I go back to okay, An Qian Qian. An Qian Qian help me to calculate total Fx. Okay, yellow color box, you help me to total 10 cos 30 minus 5. And then maybe Kai Ying help me to calculate total Fy. Okay, 10 sine 30 minus 20. Okay, so help me to calculate. Ang Qian Qian help me to calculate total Fx, and Te Kai Ying help me to calculate total Fy. Qian Qian, are you with me? Ang Qian Qian and Te Kai, not Te Kai, is Te Chai Ying. Te Chai Ying, C-A-I-Y-I-N-G, Te Chai Ying. Qian Qian, Chai Ying? Okay, Chai Ying, help me to calculate what is the value for Y component total?
Negative 15.
Yes, negative 15 Newton. Okay, Qian Qian.
Negative 13.66.
Is it negative 13? This is negative 5, huh? 10 cos 30 minus 5. Qian, you recalculate again. 10 cos 30 minus 5 is equals to, what is the answer? Okay, class, you may
3.66.
Yes, 3.66 Newton. Okay, so step 1, you must find the total X. Step 2, must find the total Y component. Okay, step 3 is you must find the magnitude by using theorem Pythagoras, where Fx squared plus Fy squared. Okay, so class, help me to calculate. Okay, if let's say you manage to calculate, please send your answer in our chat room. Okay, send answer, what is the resultant magnitude for F? Okay, help me to calculate and send answer in our chat room. Okay, send dalam kita punya chat room answer. What is the answer? Help me to calculate. Okay, and saya nak tengok siapa berapa orang yang berada bersama saya. Okay, I want to count how many of you answer. Okay, I want to check how many I want to count. Here we have 79. Okay. So if okay, help me to calculate what is the resultant. Okay. Okay, so you will get 15.44 Newton. Okay, 15.44 Newton. Okay, correct. And number 4, step 4 is you must determine the directions. Okay, so we will use tangent theta equals to Fy over Fx. Okay, tangent theta. Okay, equals to we modulus. Okay, so our theta will equals to arctangent negative 15 over 3.66 degree. Over 3.66. Okay, so you will get the basic angle. Okay, if let's say you learn mathematics, you know, when we modulus, the angle that we get actually is a basic angle. Okay, it's a basic angle. So help me to calculate what is the angle. Okay, what is the angle? Arctangent negative 15 over 3.66. Okay, help me to calculate. What is the angle? Okay, tolong cikgu cari what is the angle. Okay, answer in our chat room. Okay, correct. So you will get 76.29 degree. Okay, so this 76.29 degree is actually is a basic angle. Okay, basic angle meaning that, okay, I need to. Okay, so if the angle that you get, okay, if the angle that you get, wait, X, Y, wait, maybe I. Okay, this is X, this is Y. If let's say X is positive, the value, the resultant value that you get is positive, and Y also positive. Okay, meaning that we will get X positive, Y positive, we will get first quadrant. If let's say X is positive, Y, the resultant Y is negative, meaning that X is positive, Y is negative, you will get the angle is at the fourth quadrant. Okay, if let's say negative, meaning that X is to the left and Y is heading downward, so the angle is at third quadrant. Okay, and finally, if let's say X is negative and Y is positive, X negative, Y positive, so the angle is at the second quadrant. Okay, so later after we obtain the angle, okay, we go back just now. Okay, we go back to the question just now. Okay, so from the equation here, okay, we found that for X component is positive, Y component you get negative. Okay, so at which quadrant? Okay, we need to show the angle 76 is only basic angle. So basic angle, it could be in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, or fourth quadrant. So how we know? How can we determine? You must refer back to step 1 and step 2. Since X is positive, okay, X is positive and Y is negative, meaning that it is at fourth quadrant. Okay, so either you draw, okay, step 5, either you draw, or if you don't want to draw, you can write. Okay, the resultant, the magnitude of the force is 15.44. Okay, 15.44 Newton at the angle of 76.29 degree below positive. Must mention positive. Positive x-axis or negative. So for this case is below positive x-axis. Okay, or if you don't want to write in sentences, you can draw. Okay, if let's say you draw, actually it's much more easier. Okay, so that's all. If let's say the questions ask you resolve or find the magnitude for 2 dimension. Okay, so we need to find by using 5 step, lemma step. Okay, okay, so we will proceed. This one later I will send in our Telegram. Okay, so this is roughly summary for chapter 1. Okay, so I will proceed to the real exam. Okay, so we pergi ke real exam. Wait. Okay, real exam. Similar or not? Wait, I check. Questions. Okay, questions number. Okay, which questions you? Okay, maybe we discuss. Wait, I download first. Okay. Wait. Oh, because not saved in PDF. Save. Okay. Because the questions not saved in PDF. Okay, so for questions number 1. Okay, questions number 1. Okay, the orbital radius R of the satellite, okay, revolving around the Earth is given. So this is the equations. R cubed is equals to GM, where G here is equals to, okay, G is equals to Newton, okay, Newton meter square per kg square. And T is the period, okay, sorry. T is the period and M is the mass of the Earth. So determine the homogeneity of this equation. Okay, so if the question asks us to find the homogeneity, you need to find both sides. Okay, you need to find both sides. Okay, so maybe I give you 2 minutes to try to solve it. Okay, 2 minutes you cuba buat. Okay, you try to solve it whether it's homogeneous or not homogeneous. Okay, I give you 2 minutes you cuba buat lah. Try to solve it by do it left hand side and right hand side. Later we compare both sides. Okay, so we do it together for questions number 1. Okay, we do it together. Okay, so I write in a new pages. Okay, so the equations give here is R, okay, R cube is equals to GM T over 2 pi squared. Okay, so in order to prove whether it's homogeneous or not, we need to split it become left-hand side. Okay, so left-hand side, radius is R cube. Okay, radius is R cube. So my question is, can I write the equations? Okay, can I write in this form? Okay, R, I notice that R is actually the radius, the length. So can I write length, unit is meter cube. Can I write in this form? Then only I convert it into L cube. Can or cannot? If let's say can, you write 1. Cannot, you write 2. Can, if let's say can, you write 1. Cannot, you write 2. Can we write R cube equals to meter cube equals to L cube? Can we write like this? Boleh tak kita tulis macam ini? Okay, can or cannot? This one actually a lot of students they will write in this form. Okay, meaning that they will write in a unit first, then only they convert it into dimension. Okay, banyak student ada miskonsepsi ya. So actually the answer is cannot. We cannot write unit inside a square bracket. Okay, how about if let's say I write in this form. R cube is equals to square bracket L cube. Can or cannot? Boleh ke tak boleh? Can I write R cube? Dimension for R cube is equals to dimension for L cube. Can or cannot? And I put a square bracket. Boleh ke tak boleh? If can, you write 1. Cannot, you write 2. Boleh ke tak boleh? Okay, so the answer here, I see a lot of you write 1. Yang 1 itu maksudnya you salah lah. Because square bracket meaning that is a meaning of dimension. Okay, this one meaning dimension. So if you write square bracket dimension of L cube also is a dimension. So dimension of dimension, actually this one also wrong. Okay, cannot write unit, cannot write dimension inside a square bracket. Okay, so this one wrong. So what should we write? Okay, we can only write L cube. Okay, so a square bracket meaning dimension of R cube is equals to L cube. Okay, this is the correct method. How you write the dimension for R cube. Okay, remember you cannot write unit. Okay, you cannot write a square bracket inside a dimension. Dimension, no meaning. Dimension of the dimension, no meaning. Okay, but dimension of R cube, meaning that dimension of the radius. Okay, we can put a square bracket. Okay, so on our right hand side, we have GM and then we have T squared. Okay, and then 2 pi square. 2 pi square, actually 2 pi square is constant value. Okay, so it's actually dimensionless. Okay, dimensionless. So we can find, remember to draw dimension of GMT square, you must put a square bracket. Okay, you must put a square bracket. Indicate that I want to find the dimension for this equation. Okay, I want to find the equation, dimension for this equation. So you must one by one, okay, we need to find what is the dimension for G. Okay, G, dimension for G. Dimension for G, based on the unit, they give you Newton, meter square per kg square. This one we know, this is the unit. Okay, but we cannot write, Newton meter square per kg. We cannot write the unit inside the dimension. We cannot. Okay, tak boleh ya. Okay, we cannot write like this. Okay, but we can. Okay, we can refer. Maybe we can write in other place. Then we can substitute inside. Okay, the Newton is actually, Newton is force, is equals to F equals to MA. So the first one, N here is MLT negative 2. Okay, and the second one, okay, if let's say you put a bracket, not square bracket like this, okay, can, okay, as long as not a square bracket. Okay, meter square is the dimension is length. Okay, it's length, so dimension is equals to this is meter cube, right? A meter square. Okay, so meter square dimension is, what is the dimension for meter square? L. Okay, L square. And kg is the mass, so it's m negative 2. Okay, so we can simplify it. Become L cube n negative 1 t negative 2. So we substitute inside here, where g, the first one, okay, this one, the first one, dimension for g is L cube m negative 1 t negative 2. Okay, the second term is m. M is the mass. So mass, okay, mass we can write capital M. And the third term is the time taken, the period. Period is the time. So time, dimension for time, also capital T. And remember to square. Okay, of course, 2 pi is dimensionless, so we can write 1. Or if you don't want to write 1, it's understood that it's actually dimensionless. Okay, so finally, we will get, okay, you can cancel m negative 1 with m, t negative 2 with t. So finally, we will get L cube. Then we compare for both sides. Okay, we compare for both sides. Okay, initially, just now, for right-hand side, we have L cube. And on our right-hand side, also, we have L cube. Therefore, please make conclusion. Okay, because if let's say you only give the answer L cube, maybe this one you will get 1 mark, 1 mark. But full mark, if let's say it's 3 or 4 marks, okay, you will only get 2 marks. Okay, so you must make, write conclusion. Okay, you must write conclusion where since left-hand side, okay, dimension for left-hand side is equals to dimension for right-hand side. Therefore, okay, it is homogeneous. Okay, you must write like this, then only you will get full marks. Okay, 1 mark, 1 mark. Okay, so this is questions number 1. Okay. Okay, next one is questions. Okay, I go back to questions number. Okay, questions number 1B. Okay, questions 1B. Your real exam similar like this or not? Similar or not? Oh, okay. 1B actually is out of syllabus. Okay, 1B is actually out of syllabus because it involves vectors. Okay, so 1B is actually out of syllabus. Okay, where we don't learn the unit vector. Okay, so 1B is actually out of syllabus. Okay, so we will proceed to questions number 2. Okay, questions number 2. Okay, questions number 2 also out of syllabus because dot product. Okay, because dot product also out of syllabus. So questions number 2A also out of syllabus. Question number 2 out of syllabus. Okay, so please take notes. Okay, and then maybe you can let your buddies, your friends, your classmates, know questions number 1B and questions number 2 is actually out of syllabus. Okay, because I scared that later they will do, why I don't know how to do. Okay, why there's a dot product. Okay, because this is actually out of syllabus. So you just ignore. And please let your friend know, your classmate know. Okay, beritahu you punya kawan out of syllabus. Okay, so we proceed to questions number 3. Okay, usually when we want to find questions, we will find the resultant, meaning that we will take vector P plus vector Q. We find by using 5 steps. Okay, we will find by using 5 steps. But on that year, the question asks the R is equals to P minus Q. So a lot of students, they cannot do it because usually they will use P plus Q. Okay, so I give you 2 minutes to try to solve it. P minus Q. Okay, so for questions, we want to find, the resultant for P minus Q. Okay, P minus Q. Okay, so we have 20 degrees. We have Q is 4.8 meter and P is 5.6 meter, 30 degree. Okay, so if let's say we refer to this case, actually it involves 2 dimensions. Okay, as I mentioned just now, where we have 2 dimensions, we must have 5 steps. Okay, kita perlu ada 5 steps. So step number 1. Okay, step number 1, actually I prefer draw table. If let's say you don't want to draw table also, can, it depends. Okay, but I prefer draw table. Okay, so here we have X component, Y component. And we want to find P minus Q. Okay, so we must resolve it first. P into XY component, Q into XY component. Okay, so cikgu nak panggil. Okay, help me to resolve for P into X and Y component. Teacher, I'm sorry, my name is not stable. Okay, maybe I want to call Chan Hui Wen. Chan Hui Wen, help me to resolve vector P into X and Y component. Chan Hui Wen. Chan Hui Wen. Chan Hui Wen. Chan Hui Wen. Chan Hui Wen, where are you? Chan Hui Wen, help me to resolve it into X and Y component. Not around. Okay, maybe Adeline C. Okay, Adeline, help me to resolve vector P into X and Y component.
For vector P, X will be 4.850.
P for P. No. I mean for P. P first.
P will
P
be
is
the X1
5.6.
is 4.85.
Give me the equation first. 5.6 cos or sine?
Cos.
cos
And
30.
negative.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
Positive or negative because it is acting to the left and downward. Okay, downward. So it's negative 5.6 cos 30. And for y component, Adeline? For y component?
5.6 sine 30 degree.
Positive or negative? Positive or negative,
Negative.
Adeline? Yes,
Negative.
because it's acting downward. Okay, thank you, Adeline. Okay, so for P is negative 5.6 cos 30, and for Y component will be negative 5.6 sine 30 degree. Okay, and it's to the left, ke kiri, so negative lah. And acting downward, so negative for Y component. Okay, ke kiri dan ke bawah. Okay, next for Q. For Q. Okay, Q. Okay, Q meaning that we can resolve it. X component is to the right and Y component is acting upward. Okay, so I need maybe I need someone to help me. Okay, help me to resolve vector Q into X and also Y component. Ilham Imran. Ilham Imran. Help me to resolve into X and Y component for Q. Ilham Imran. Ilham. For X component will be 4.8. Ilham, I cannot hear your voice. Ilham? Ilham already on your mic, tapi cikgu tak ada boleh dengar you punya suara lagi ya. Ilham? Ilham Imran? Ilham? Ilham, I cannot. Okay, maybe Ilham, you can type in our chat room. Maybe speaker ataupun you tak boleh, tak ada sound. Okay, Ilham, you can type in our chat room. 4.8 cos or sine. For X component is adjacent. So it's 4.8 cos 20 degree and it is positive because it's to the right. Okay, and for Y component is positive as well, 4.8 sine 20 degree. Okay, so it's positive, positive. Okay, it's positive, positive. Yes, thank you, Ilham. 4.8 cos 20 and 4.8 sine 30, correct? Thank you, Ilham. Okay, so usually for questions, we will straight away P plus Q. But for these questions, a lot of students, they did it wrongly during UPS, okay, that year, because they're not aware that the resultant is P minus Q. Okay, P minus Q. Okay, bukan tambah, kita perlu tolak. So we must take negative 5.6 cos 30 minus 4.8 cos 20. Okay, help me to calculate X component, the resultant, X component and Y component. Okay, Nafisa 7, Nafisa, help me to calculate X component, the total X. And Nazifa, help me to calculate Y component. Okay, Nafisa 7, tolong cikgu cari X. Okay, X ini ya total. And tadi Nazifa, tolong cikgu cari Y. Okay, Nafisa kata, nanti saya tengok. Nafisa kata, for X component is negative 9.36. Okay, and it is actually meter. Okay, meter. Okay, most of the students, they think, oh, always false, false, false. Okay, not necessary. The question will ask you false. Okay, Nafisa, it's not Newton, it's meter. Okay, it's meter. Ini adalah displacement, bukan force. Okay. And Nazifa kata Y component is negative 4.44 meter. Correct. Okay, it's meter, bukan Newton. Okay. If the answer correct but unit wrong or you didn't write the unit, we consider wrong. During exam, 0 marks, no marks, even though your answer is correct. So step 1, is find x component. Step 2, find y component. So next you need to find the magnitude. So this is step 3. Magnitude. Remember, for this resolving vector, to find the magnitude, you will use chapter 2. Also, you will use chapter 3. You will use chapter 4. You will use chapter 5. You will use. Okay. So this resolving vector, find the magnitude for vectors, you must learn. Okay, you must know how to resolve it. You must know how to find the resultant. Because chapter 2 you will use, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5. Okay, SEM 2 also you will use. Okay. Okay, so magnitude we must find the resultant. Okay, R. Okay, we will use x squared plus y squared. Okay, class, help me to calculate what is the magnitude. Tolong cikgu cari apakah magnitude. Negative 9.36 square plus negative 4.44 square. Okay, write an answer in our chat room. Tuliskan jawapan di chat room kita. Saya nak cek siapa yang tak ada di kita punya online class. Okay, so I always ask you to send the answer. Okay, nanti saya akan detect lah siapa yang tak send. Siapa tak send maksudnya dia telah hilang. Okay, so the answer is 10.36 meter. Okay, and step 4, direction. So direction, we will use tangent theta equals to y over x modulus. Okay, so tangent is equals to arctangent negative 4.44 over negative 9.36. So the angle we will get. Okay, type in our chat room. What is the angle that we will get? Type in our chat room. Okay. Okay, correct. So you will get the basic angle is 25.38 degree, and this is only basic angle. So step 5, you must sketch a graph, or you must state the actual direction. Okay, so we must go back to the equation just now. Okay, go back to just now. X component is negative. Y component is negative. Okay, X component negative, Y component negative. So it's at the third quadrant. Okay, it's at the third quadrant. Or if you don't want to sketch a graph, you can write 25.38 below negative X exit. Okay, either one. Okay, but for me, I prefer draw. Okay, yeah, draw is much more easier. Okay, depends. If let's say you want to write below negative X exit, also can. Okay. So I will go back to just now, questions number. Okay, any question want to ask? Because already 9:30. Okay, any question want to ask? We have questions number 4, question number 5. Okay, 4 and 5. I think questions number 5 don't need, because question number 5 just now we already discussed. Questions number 5B also out of syllabus. Okay, out of syllabus, unit vector, we ignore. Okay, so maybe last question I will discuss 4B. Okay, I will discuss 4B. Okay, kita akan last question lah. We will discuss 4B. Okay, 4A actually is easier. So we will discuss 4B together. 4B. Okay, so 4B. Last question is okay. A triangle has side A, B, C. Okay, a circle with the radius R can be drawn inside the triangle. If R is given S minus A, S minus B, S minus C over S, where S is equals to A plus B plus C over 2. Then determine the homogeneity of this expression, whether it's homogeneous or not homogeneous. Okay, so again, we want to determine the homogeneity. We must find left hand side and right hand side. Okay, so since S dimension, okay, dimension for S minus A, okay, is actually for this case, S is in capital L. A also is a side, yeah? Okay, CC, yeah? Also in L. And remember, dimension cannot be added, cannot be subtracted. Okay, meaning that kita tak boleh tambah, tak boleh tolak. Okay, so L minus L, of course, same dimension, we can minus. Okay, so the dimension for S is L, dimension for A also L. So the dimension for both also L. You cannot write L minus L. Okay, this one actually is wrong. Okay, because dimension cannot be added, cannot be subtracted. Okay, tak boleh tambah, tak boleh tolak. But we can multiply, we can divide it. Okay, so for this case, both of them can be subtracted or can be added because they are having the same dimension. Okay, so you cannot write L minus L equals to 0. Tak boleh, cannot. Okay, so meaning that both of them having the same dimension. So it's only equals to L. Similar dimension for S, dimension for B, also L. Okay, dimension for S minus C also equals to L. Okay, so we can write on our left-hand side, we have R. So dimension for R is equals to capital L because it's a radius. On our right-hand side, okay, on our right-hand side, okay, we have the first one, S minus A is capital L times S minus B, also capital L, times S minus C, also capital L. And S also is a displacement, so it's also equals to L. Okay? And as I mentioned just now, dimension can be multiplied, boleh darab, boleh bahagi. Okay? So we can cancel out L and L. Okay? Therefore, our dimension is equals to third L square or is equals to L. Okay? So if you compare for both sides, left-hand side dimension is L, right-hand side dimension also equals to L. So you must make conclusion. Since dimension for right-hand side is equals to dimension for left-hand side, therefore, it's actually homogeneous. Okay, then you will get full marks. Okay, then you will get full marks. Okay, next, last question. If R is multiplied with half, will its homogeneity change? Okay, answer in our chat room. If let's say equation become half R. Okay, equation become like this. S minus B, S minus C over S. Okay, where the homogeneity, because just now R equals to S minus A is homogeneous. If let's say R over 2, okay, is still homogeneous or not homogeneous? Masih sama lagi tak both sides? Type in our chat room. This is the last question. Okay, this is the last question. Please answer yes or no. Still homogeneous or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Type in our chat room. Yes or no? Okay, R over 2. Okay, what is the dimension for R over 2? Okay, still remain, the dimension for R over 2 still remain L or not equal. Okay, so we can compare. Okay, the dimension for R over 2, okay, R is L. Dimension for 2, what is the dimension for 2? Class, what is the dimension for 2? Dimension for 2, yes, is dimensionless, is 1. So similar dimension for R over 2, we will also get back L. And dimension for right hand side also equals to L. So meaning that the answer is, okay, the homogeneity will remain the same. Okay, remain the same because dimension for R over 2, we will also get back dimension is equals to L. Okay, so please answer. The homogeneity will not change or remain the same. Okay, as R over 2, dimension for R over 2 still remain capital L. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Any question want to ask, you can ask in our Telegram. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, you need to teach you need to find your body first. Sudah cari bodies ke belum? Tadi Puan Hawani sudah suruh you cari bodies ke belum? Yes or no? Sudah cari bodies ke belum? Sudah cari ke belum? In our chat room, 3 bodies sudah cari ke belum? Sudah. Okay, so nanti you perlu beritahu bodies anda soalan mana yang out of syllabus, especially your classmate. Okay, especially your classmate, which questions is actually out of syllabus. Okay, sila beritahu mereka soalan mana yang sudah out of syllabus. Okay, and then you can teach them complete the red exam. Because red exam is a question similar with the PSM, is a passive questions. Okay, and then okay, you need to, okay, as I mentioned just now, you need to teach your bodies, and also you must send your the infographic or your mind map or your concept map. Okay, you can send inside our Google Classroom. And remember to do quiz. Quiz tomorrow, usually tomorrow lah, Tuesday only, I will send in our Google Classroom. Okay, so this is our this is our program for physics power leader or under VIP classroom, virtual physics classroom for physics. Okay, so if any questions, you can stay here. If no questions, I think that's all for tonight. Okay, thank you for attending. So we will see you on next week. Okay, thank you, class. Bye. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Madam, for the scrapbook, how to make it? Okay, for the scrapbook, actually we don't need scrapbook, only for bodies, discussion between bodies and physics to you. Okay, for our part, for VIP, we only need to do 2 things. The first one is you need to do a concept mapping or infographic for chapter 1. Okay, for this week is chapter 1. Okay, you can try to do a simple concept mapping. Okay, and then number 2 is you must answer quiz. Okay, and then of course you must also teach your friends, your buddies. You must teach 3 of them. What are the use your concept mapping to teach them. Okay, and also you need to let your classmate know which question is already out of syllabus. Yufei, we don't need to do scrapbook. So the scrapbook is our body calculation for real exam. Scrapbook is bodies. Use this scrapbook to teach the physics to you, the weak students. Okay, so for power leader physics, you don't have any scrapbook. Madam, will we have these 2 class every Monday? And about the quiz, the body have to do it. Okay, about the quiz, don't need. Okay, we quiz only for VIP, for power leader. Body don't need to do. Body need to teach the physics to you student by using scrapbook. For power leader, for physics VIP students, we need to attend 2-hour class on Monday night, answer the quiz, and prepare a concept map or infographic. Pass it to GC only. Okay, but what should bodies do for the scrapbook? Okay, Kalista, for scrapbook, bodies only have scrapbook. VIP power leader, we don't have scrapbook. So this, your friend, your buddies, they have scrapbook. This scrapbook, actually, they will use this scrapbook to teach physics to you, the weak students. Okay, like how to solution lah. Okay, solution, how to do these questions. Okay, it's like evidence. Okay, means that the evidence that you already teach the physics to you student. So body will go to, okay, body meaning that body, they need to learn from you. You are as a power leader. And after learn from you, they need to go to teach the physics to you students, the weak students. So how can they teach? Okay, when they teach, they must write. Okay, they must draft or they must write the solution inside the scrapbook. Okay, macam buat di dalam scrapbook lah. Okay, do the solution, everything, the discussion part, okay, explanation part in the scrapbook to teach the physics to you. So for power leader, for VIP student, okay, we don't have scrapbook. Okay, Kalista, okay? Okay, okay, understood. Okay, any question want to ask, you can stay. Any question want to ask? Any question want to ask, you can stay back. Or you can ask in our Telegram. Do we need to teach the bodies virtually? Don't need. Tan Xingpei, because bodies is your friends, okay? Your body inside your classroom, okay? So you can teach them anytime, anywhere when you are free, okay? When you and your bodies and your friends are free, okay? Anytime, anywhere, okay? Anytime, anywhere. Scrapbook for buddies kan? Betul, Farah. Betul. Scrapbook untuk buddies. Mereka akan guna scrapbook ini untuk ajar kawan yang lemah iaitu physics to you. So, power leader kita tak ada scrapbook. Okay, kita tak ada scrapbook. Okay, any question want to ask? Power leader tak ada scrapbook Power leader tak ada. Kita hanya perlu ajar buddies. Okay, do we need to keep track of their scrapbook and submit in GC? Don't need. Okay, scrapbook, they will send it to our tutorial teacher. Okay, tutorial teacher will record. Okay, we'll ask them. Okay, buddies have cocoa marks. Buddies, Ziyi, I'm not sure about this. Are you buddies, Ziyi? You buddies or you are power leader?
Power leader.
Power leader, okay. A power leader, I think power leader, we have cocoa marks. Buddy, I'm not sure. Better you ask Puan Hawani because I'm in charge VIP classroom program. Buddy, I'm not sure. Ziyi, you ask Puan Hawani, Okay.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Any question want to ask? If no questions, then thank you and good night, Okay, bye-bye.